Hi, I just got back from a quick little 3-day weekend that was very eventful, not always in a good way, but some awesome stuff did happen though, to Colorado. And a friend of mine just sent me a link from CNN about people who have died from COVID and then have reconnected from the other side with their loved ones. Yes, I'm sitting on my balcony because it's really hot in a bathing suit, drinking whiskey. Anyway, I will link the article because it is, more validation that we are eternal beings. But what I want to quickly say here on video is that on my way, I stayed in Durango, Colorado for 2 nights, and there were some car issues. Honda's getting a really mad call tomorrow morning, let me just say. Anyway, on Saturday, I was on Highway 160 heading from Durango to Telluride, my beloved Telluride, and then hopefully Ouray. And I wasn't that far west of Durango, actually, when it happened. It was one of those things where you go, did I just see what I saw? And, I should trust things because of what I do and, what I have happen on a regular basis. But I questioned it at first. So I'm on a Highway 160, buzzing along, and I saw a motorcyclist, coming towards me. At that point, 160 has, it's two lanes in each direction. And I saw a motorcyclist coming toward me. No big deal. That's common. And then the motorcyclist was pretty far away, and I do have certain vision problems, but I know it was definitely a motorcyclist. And the person made their right hand turn off onto a side road, seemingly, until I got a little closer. And I'm like, what the hell? Ooh, can I swear on, I don't know, can I swear on YouTube? There was guardrail all there. There was no side road. There was solid guardrail. This motorcycle made a right through a guardrail and disappeared. And I'm like, did I not see a motorcyclist? And I mean, in retrospect, I am convinced now it was a spirit. That someone must have gotten killed in that location, and I just saw them make a right off the highway through a barricade that, and was gone. So the first there was that. And then, so that was the beginning of the trip. And then I had ongoing skid plate issues since I started the trip, which is why Honda's getting a really angry call tomorrow. I realized pretty quickly that my skid plate was not being held in place by the duct tape that I had put on the night before. And I thought, well, it'll be fine, whatever. But then I started to get increasingly worried about it. And I passed through a little town of Dolores. And about 15 miles north of the town, really kind of in the middle of nowhere, it's getting worse. And I'm like, okay, now I'm getting stressed. I'm very stressed. I'm like, okay, this is not good. It's not, what am I going to do? Should I continue on? Should I turn around? Whatever. Twice I stopped out to go to the side of the road and re-duct tape my skid plate back up into the bottom of my car. But the second time I could see that it was really damaged bad, and my fear was that it would totally break off and either damaged something else underneath my car that's more important, or even worse, kill somebody. I mean, if it's a big chunk of heavy duty plastic, and if it hit a motorcycle or bicyclist or even other car, it could cause an accident or kill somebody. So, I didn't know what to do. I was in the middle of nowhere, didn't know what to do, and I'm like, should I continue on to Telluride? But I don't think there's going to be probably any mechanics there. I'm not even sure if Dolores has mechanics, and but my spirit guides and unseen friends were screaming at me, "Do not go further, turn around." So I opted to turn around, go back 15 miles to Dolores. And by the way, and on just before I turned around, I asked my friend Eddye in spirit, who passed away about a week and a half ago and has been around me a lot. I go, Eddye, please, help me. I don't know what to do right now. My car's in trouble. I'm by myself. Help. And got back to Dolores. I was intuitively called to pull into this one particular gas station, convenience store place, and I said, do you have any mechanics that are open on a Saturday here? And I was told, no, we don't hardly have any mechanics at all because it's this really small town. And no, there's nobody that I can think of that's open on a Sunday. And then the woman who worked there, she yelled over to this customer, and whose name I'm forgetting, and I feel horrible because I'm forgetting his name. It's either Brian or Keith. I'll say Brian. Brian, are there any mechanics or somebody who could work on her car? She's got an issue and she's, visiting from Santa Fe. And this lovely man who just happened, no, there's more to the story, happened to be there, the one place that I ran into. He used to own, I believe, either owned or managed a car rental company years ago. So, he's done a lot of work on vehicles and he has a lot of tools and stuff like that. And I told him, that when they did my oil change on Tuesday, they didn't properly hook my skid plate in and it's dragging really bad and it's freaking me out. And that it's going to cause either more damage to my car or kill someone behind me. And he said, you know what, I live down there, come to my place and I let me take a look at your car. So I did. I just knew I can trust this man. And besides, he was awesome. He's like he's a drummer with a ponytail and cool guy. So went to his apartment. He crawled underneath my car and he did some work on it, unlifted, and then his sweet neighbor lady also came out to help with things, and she had more tools and stuff, so the three of us were out there trying to fix my car. And but we realized that the car had to be jacked up. It was my car sits low as it is, and he was thin but not that thin. Because the tools were too long to be able to get up underneath and take the damn skid plate off. So, because he realized there was so much damage under there that the skid plate, it couldn't be fixed. It just had to be taken off for now until I can get it properly taken care of. So, we had to jack the car up. My car does have a jack. I didn't know that it did. But spare tire, and there is a jack in there. So, jacked the car up, fought with it for another decent length of time, and finally got the skid plate off, at least most of it. There's some remaining that Honda's going to have to deal with for free, because I'm really mad. Anyway. But what's cool is when we got all done with the whole thing, and both of them, if they are any representation in terms of the quality of the people who live in tiny Dolores, Colorado, really lovely people, awesome people. She offered me banana bread, which I cannot eat because I'm vegan and gluten-free, but hey. Oh, that's part of the story too. Remind me to go back to that. It's just like, this is just a story of, everything happens for a reason. So we get done with the car. He got the skid plate off and handed it to me, and a bunch of other parts that are now in the back of my car. And I said to him, I go, you're a freaking angel. I go, I mean, really, you're an angel. Do you know that? And and he was very self-deprecating and cool about it. And he's like, no, it's fine. I just try to help people when I can, whatever. And I gave him, I got to give you some money because I don't carry a lot of cash, so I gave him what I could. Um, but I actually had a little bit more cash than normal this trip because normally everything's on a credit card and I don't carry any cash at all. But I was intuitively told to bring a little bit of money. So I told both of them that I go, not only are you an angel, really, because he wouldn't believe me. I go, I mean, the fact that I happened to choose that particular place to walk into, you happened to be there buying beer. I think he was buying beer, or beer next door at 10 in the morning. Love him. And I go, but you owned a car rental place. You know how to do all this stuff. You're used to skid plates being damaged, and I mean, this is just too weird. It's too weird to be just coincidence. So I go, you're an angel. And then I go, because I started to get this weird, strong feeling that Eddie was there. And I go, I called upon my friend Eddie when I was at the side of the road 15 miles north, and I asked her to help me. And I go, I think she arranged this, the timing of all this. And the moment that I said it, I started tingling really strong with spirit. All the hairs on my arms went up. I mean, I got a massive spirit whack. And then, but the best part is, both of them got the same thing. They both go, whoa, we have goosebumps, and look at our arms. I mean, they felt it too. So I am convinced Eddie stepped in to help me when I was in trouble and needed help and sent me these people who were lovely, and I should have really gotten their contact. I mean, the next time I pass through there, because you go through Dolores if you're going to Telluride, the route that I usually take, so I will stop by again. So there was that, and then what I want to go back to is the woman, nice neighbor lady. She might have been the owner of the owner of the apartments. I don't know, but at the very least, she was a neighbor who offered me the banana bread, and she mentioned that she has multiple sclerosis. So I was able to give her some important information that I think she needed to have regarding diet and multiple sclerosis. I referred her to Dr. John McDougall, who has a very specific method to treat multiple sclerosis, along with Dr. Roy Swank, who passed away a while ago. But so I feel like I met them to tell her about some MS stuff she needed to hear about, and to have him help me and all this stuff. So anyway, I was going to, at that point, I was so stressed out. I was about 2 hours behind, and I already knew I didn't have a lot of time to be able to hit Telluride and Ouray and make it back to Durango. I was just going to go back to Durango and say, forget it. My day is ruined. I'm just going to go back and be safe. And but they urged me to at least go to Telluride. They go, you can still make it. You need to go. So I ended up continuing on, and I actually did fit in Telluride and Ouray. And I couldn't stay very long in each wonderful, beautiful, magical town, but had more magical conversations and chats with people there, like I had also in Durango. It was cool. I don't know. It was a powerful trip. It was I mean, not always good. In Pagosa Springs today, I re-injured my still not totally back to normal broken right foot and ankle, and I'm hoping it's okay. I think it's okay, but I don't know. I twisted it really bad. And was almost killed. There was almost a really bad car accident a couple of miles from my motel in Durango yesterday. That, oh God, if it had happened, it would have been really bad. But, thankfully it didn't happen, but it was a close call. I think that's it. I have rambled on way longer than I intended to. But I'm exhausted, and it's really hot, and I'm drinking whiskey. Just one. Just one. Anyway, I will put this on my blog. Oh, God, it's over 15 minutes. Wow. So, take care. We are watched over by our loved ones and friends and family and everybody on the other side. Call upon them when you need help, because in my case, I am really convinced Eddie helped me on Saturday. So, and there are no accidents once again. I mentioned that before. Anyway, take care. Bye.